Here's a Reddit story from the subreddit Oh No Consequences. It's titled, When You Place Boundaries on a Narcissist and They Start to Cry Because You Can't Manipulate Them Anymore. So yeah, my mom's birthday is coming up and she wants to do something extravagant because it's an important birthday milestone and she wants all of her children there. That is very understandable, but I simply can't afford it. I am a broke college student who pays for my own tuition, rent, groceries, utilities, everything. I can't even afford groceries. I'm on food stamps. At first, she wanted to go to Cancun. I said, hell no. 1, I can't afford it. And 2, I have a pay research opportunity that requires my full availability, so I can't just run off to another country. So then she says, fine, I will make it more reasonable. I thought, great, I'll scrape some money together to drive to my friend's house, stay with them, enjoy dinner, and then leave. Nope, she calls and this is how it goes. Mom, okay, so I changed my mind on Cancun and I want to make it more reasonable by going to Vegas. Me, that's great, but I can't afford that trip. Mom, you don't have to pay. We will gladly pay for you to go. Paused. When a narcissist offers money or to pay for something, never accept it. Even though it's for them, they always expect something in return. This is why I took over my college payments. They wanted access to my school account, my bank account, which they had no right to. And I was forced to come home to cook, clean, pick up after their children, take them to doctors, tutoring, spend time with them, basketball practice, school pickup, everything. And whenever I said no, they pulled a "we pay for your school and need help" card. I would even go out with my friends, but after 4 days of doing everything they asked, I was called selfish for going out to lunch on the same day my sister had a soccer game. I was only home for 8 days, so as a boundary, I don't accept any money from my parents. Back to the conversation. Me, Mom, I don't want your money. I only want to go if I can pay for it on my own, and I'm not in a position to afford it. Mom, well, that's ridiculous. So you're not going to travel with us for 4 years? Me, if that's what it takes. If I accept your money now, everything I'm doing would be for nothing. Mom, that is so selfish of you. I just want my kids to be there on my birthday. Where is the compromise? It's always about you and how to celebrate my birthday on your terms. When do you compromise with me? Me, well, after Vegas, I can come down and have dinner with you all for a day. Mom, that's not a compromise. That's a slap in the face for everything I've done for you. Me, all right, well, I can't afford it. I don't know what you want. Mom, if you love me, you would make it work. Me, okay, well, bye. It's not like I hate her. I was trying to find a compromise. For my own safety, I don't allow my parents to pay for anything. It's a boundary I have. She just really hates those boundaries. But thanks to my therapist, I know that they will choose themselves over me every time. I can't stretch myself thin for them because they will just keep doing it until I snap. So their manipulation does not work on me anymore. She tried everything. Crocodile tears, bringing up my dead grandmother who I worshipped, and calling me selfish. However, I am much stronger now and done with this game. Maybe respect your children and it won't be an issue. Wow. Good for you, OP, for standing up for yourself in this situation and continue to put out reasonable boundaries with your parents. Let's see what the commenters have to say. First comment says, keep that boundary like forever. The OP says, I'm trying to. When I tell you, she did everything she could. Another commenter says, I believe you 100%. They are relentless, which seems over the top until you realize you are supply. They need to feed off you like they need oxygen or food. Be strong. Future you is relying on you. OP responds, exactly. I had to learn that the hard way, but when I did, I felt so free. I love that. That's great news. Another commenter says, and they're so convinced that they're the best parent on earth, and when they are asking is completely reasonable, and then you start to doubt your own perception. The OP says, I have done that for years. Another commenter says, the airfare might be on them, maybe even the hotel room, but they'll make you pay for the food and emotional baggage for the rest of your life. OP responds, amen to that. One final commenter says, never take money from them is a great solution to endless strings they attach to stuff. Honestly, I am inspired by your shiny spine. Thank you for that. Losing control over people always drives them crazy and they pull out all the stops to get their own way. Stay strong and interact on your term. OP responds by saying, exactly. It was actually a boundary I always thought about doing, but then one day they did something so vile I couldn't take it anymore. Then my therapist says this is a great boundary because a lot of narcissists are financially abusive. When I cut them off from paying, my anxiety decreased rapidly. I truly didn't see how much they were hurting me about money until I said no more. So now the control they have is zero. Good job. So the OP does share what was the vile thing that her parents did. It goes, so as you know, my parents thrive off abusing me by money. After a couple of semesters of that, I had enough and I stopped them from paying for anything. However, my parents still wanted access to my school counselors and school information. So my dad was trying to use the fact that I needed him to sign the financial aid package as a way to get access to my school, and I can't afford school without it. Fun fact, unless you have been taken by CPS or parents have lost custody, you can't be an independent. Doesn't matter. If you pay for your own school and get no support from them, if you're under 24, they have to sign, unless you open up a case of abuse with the manager. So I told my dad that he can't use this as a way to control me and that if he uses a signature against me, I will open up a case of abuse against them. He went ballistic. I said, you are not speaking to my counselors because you don't pay anymore. I don't want y'all to lose your job, so don't make me open up a case of abuse and sign the papers. They signed it, but didn't leave without a fight. My father went into a rage and ran to my in-laws and completely tried to slander my name, saying that I am a pathological liar. The abuse I told them about isn't true. We are good parents. If you know what's good for you, you think twice about your son dating her. Just a 2-hour call of word vomit crap talking me. After that, I went no contact with my mom and dad for a long time. Once that was done, my boyfriend told my in-laws everything and they were appalled at my parents. They believe us 100% and they didn't like my dad because they said, I don't care how bad your child is, it is completely unacceptable to talk badly about them. When my dad told them his tale of woe, they were like, that's all she did. It sounds like a normal kid. They have loved me like a daughter ever since. How sweet. It sounds like OP has a little bit support from her boyfriend and her boyfriend's family. So at least she's not alone. She's also seeing a therapist. So I hope she continues to keep up her boundaries with her toxic parents. What do you guys think of this story? What would you do in OP's situation? Let me know in the comment section. And if you like these types of stories, remember to continue to like and subscribe. I'll talk to you guys later.